Cafe Vita. What is organic roasting? That mean it's over an open campfire, or they barbecue them? Maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm confused. Hey, Burn. Whoops, I got to shut that back off again. Auto translation. Hey, the moose. Hi, Karen. Um, Progress was great. Pictures look amazing. Um, However, insurance is dawdling about resetting my stem cell graphics. I have double insurance. Both are very good insurances. Well, one's Medicare plus a very decent Part C and D, and the other one is a very good commercial insurance that's through work. So there's no excuse for this. Um, they're claiming they need a prior authorization. In the last two times of doing the stem cell graphics, we have made more progress than we have made in the last 2.5 years. So I don't know what the problem is, but I'm going to call them as soon as I get home, and they're going to solve this problem right away because this is, pardon me, retarded. They can see the medical records, they can see the improvement. This is just stupid. However, I am still improving. So that's the good news. The bad news is that I don't have stem cells on right now. So hopefully I don't end up with a setback. And this idiot's coming out and blocking the lane. Hi, Mama O. Hi, Karen. Sorry, I'm grousing. Anyway, so that's what happened. But yes, it was a very good visit. All is going well. We do have more progress. It is smaller and looks 1,000% better. Almost to the point where I would be willing to post pictures of it because it does look that much better and it doesn't look gruesome anymore. It just looks like a hole in the bottom of my foot. So, hey, Matt. So I will show the powers that be, and if they think I can get away with posting this, I will. I know I can't post the original pictures, but because they are definitely graphic and obnoxious. But yeah, it's we're still healing. We just have a little hiccup in the process. But I'm going to solve that when I get home. I was going to solve it while I was sitting there with the doctor, but they didn't want to hear me screaming in the hospital. So So that's how it went. But it's good. It's all around good news. We did dress it the same way we do as if we put graphics uh, in hopes that would maintain the integrity of what we have. So it appears as though the rain has stopped. Although we'll have to see what it looks like as we get a little bit further south, because that's where the brunt of it was when we were coming north. Well, that's more information than I needed, and we're gonna give you a 10-minute timeout just because I'm at a stoplight and I can do it right this second. Children. That's why alligators eat their young. Hey, Share Bear. Thanks for dropping by, honey. Hey, Minty. Thanks for dropping in. Around the corner. Hey, we didn't hit the curb. I'm impressed. It's not the doctor, Matt. It's the insurance company claiming they need a prior authorization. So when I get home, I'm going to call them up and give them a prior authorization with my foot up their butts. I mean, it's actually to their advantage because if we continue with this, it's going to actually get healed, and then we'll be done with going to wound care and save them money. But they're not thinking that far ahead. Okay, now I got to figure out what that was. I got an email directed at me from one of the AP lady at work. So we'll figure out that after this. My work email pops up a notification and gives me the first two lines of the email. So I see whether or not it's something I really need to address right this second or not. Well, there's a bit of wetness coming on the windshield. That's good. Jump in front of me and then put the brakes on. Way to go. All right. Yeah, it looks like we're going to drive back into the rain. Wonderful. Oh, wait. Okay, I'll go around here. Never mind. I don't know. Well, yeah, that kind of looks like a torrential downpour out there in front. You can barely see the landing lights in Bowen Field. Usually I can tell them coming into a hose. A glide path is low. Hey, Greg. All right. Oops. Well, I had the cruise set because the van pulled in front of me. Just takes all the fun out of it. Well, I wouldn't say it's unsafe. The cracks are all below where I can see out, and I haven't been stopped for it. And actually, I have a windshield professional that comes into my chat regularly. So we've had this discussion. So I appreciate your concern for my safety. And this morning we established that kids were out of school today, and that's why this is happening. I was actually going to have to have insurance anyway because they're pulling BS again. My hey Gary, no, I'm not in Georgia, and the cops up here don't care about it. So there you have it. And now we now have a police officer in the chat. All right, now maybe I can get around to the van. Anyway, like I was saying, we're going to have to call the insurance company already anyway because van just caused problems by going too slow. Uh, Without talking to my doctor, they just arbitrarily changed. They filled, they allowed me to fill one vial of Humalog and then called the pharmacy and refilled some other replacement for it without asking me, without asking my doctor. Just did it. All right, now we get up here, jump over a lane, and then hit our off ramp. Okay, Demoose, I'll wait here. Maybe he's going for donuts. Fair enough, Gary. You deserve a nap. Want me to set them down for you? All right, around the corner. Onto 405 and sneak across the valley and then hit 167 and then we can get out of all this goofy traffic. Now we're moving. There we go. At least the rain isn't as bad as it was earlier. Back over to 167, we're going south and we'll see if we drive back out of it again. Hopefully we can get up here and get ahead of this red bobtail. All right, Share Bear, have a great day, dear. Oh, it's not bobtail. He's pulling a box trailer, but it worked. So that's okay. I'll run behind you. I probably could have made it in front of that next one too. onto 167, jump the carpool lane, and away we go. Get back out of this miserable traffic in the city. Run back up the mountain where I belong. There we go. Up we go. All right, we're 12 minutes down to Highway 18, and then we got about another 15 minutes below that, and then we can get on the Fort Man and head up there. Awesome. Now you guys may be able to see the green haze on the trees. That's a little leaf bud starting, and that was probably all caused by yesterday. It would be nearly 60 degrees. It's at least it's not really cold. It's still in the high 40s, low 50s. Yeah, it won't be long before this will all be green. That's exciting. Spring is coming. Hey, Anthony, thanks for coming in, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah, we're doing we're doing good. Maybe staying busy. Yeah, Simon, we're headed back south. Apparently, her boss has been abusing her lately. Has got got put in her place yesterday by some of the elderly people that live there. The community leadership complained to the corporate office, and they sent out a corporate probe yesterday to go head to head with the new manager and the community leader. This is all stuff she can't talk about on her site, just in case, or on her shows, just in case somebody pays attention. Yeah, I don't know for sure yet. This all happened yesterday, and I haven't spoken to her yet since she's been at work today. Uh, but after they had that meeting yesterday, all of a sudden the woman was treating her like she should be, instead of treating her like her personal secretary, which she's not. She's in charge of the kitchen. I mean, the woman was, and she was always with an aggressive, negative tone, but she'd scream at Siri to have the maintenance guy move some painting. Well, the maintenance guy is doing other stuff, but I'll mention it to him. She's not the secretary. God. Hey, Gary. Thanks for coming in, bud. Yeah, we're all hoping that, Anthony, and it sounds like it may happen. Um, I there's a weird dynamic going on there. I don't know if it may be a discrimination thing. She's had that problem before with I don't know what the. I mean, I don't want it to sound racist, but she's had problems in the past with Indian people before. Uh, the exact quote was, "She's not brown enough." Christ's sake, she's Filipino. That's right up there with Hispanic, with being brown. I don't know. I'm probably another 20 minutes or half an hour. Well, I got to hit the pharmacy and the grocery store, but before I'm actually home, it's probably an hour. Um, anyway, she's treating her like a second class citizen, basically, and trying to oversee Timmy's whole department and making her make changes to things that she doesn't have a right to change, or claiming that she has to see the order before it gets sent in. Order has to be in at 2 o'clock, and at 1:30, Stevie hustles around and gets the order done, takes it to her and says, "All right, here's the order. I have to have it in by 2 o'clock." And at 10 to 2, she walks back into her office and says, "I need to have that in by 2 o'clock." And the woman says, "I don't have time to deal with that now." Well, I got to get it in by 2 o'clock, or we're not going to have food. I don't have time to deal with it now. Okay, then I'm going to run it. It is what it is. However, just to be very, very, very clear, Civvy is always under budget. Even at the jail where she had $1.07 per day per inmate, and she still kept them fed and happy. All right, I'll send you a text when I get home, Gary. Um, yeah, I mean, she does a great job running her department with all the trouble she has with the young generation that figures that they can call out. You know, the dishwashers try and call out sick 10 minutes before the schedule, and she manages to keep everything covered and keep it all rolling. And now this woman cutting her employee budget and telling her things that were never told to her before, about how many people she can have on staff at any given time. Her contract says she's supposed to cook 2 days a week, and the woman wants her to cook 4 days a week for one of the other cooks. It's just ridiculous. Not that she can't do it, but that takes away from all of her admin duties if she does the other business. So it's really quite ridiculous. I feel bad for her frequently. I try to help her out, but her closest friend in this industry is an activities coordinator. No, that's not right. For lack of the correct term, a sales rep. She's the one that fills the beds. Um, and she is the one that brought Civvy in here. And then because of a couple of things she did that were nothing to do with performance, actually, was terminated a month after Civvy got there. Um, but Civvy's been talking to her and got information about who's above who at corporate, and she's producing a letter now explaining. I mean, this woman's making housekeeping go into poop-filled apartment. They've got two tenants that don't belong there. This isn't assisted living. This is basically, and I can't remember the term for it, but elderly can live there and they're living on their own. Uh, there's no dementia people here. There's no memory care here. This isn't hospice. This isn't uh, assisted living at all. Yeah, I guess that's the correct term for it, senior living. Um, but they've got several of them that don't belong there. They have a few dementia patients that are just gone and need to be transitioned out. And they have one gentleman who can no longer control his bowels, and frequently there's a mess in his apartment. And she's sending in the housekeepers uh, without the proper equipment to do it. no protective clothing at all. Hey, Larry, how you feeling, buddy? So she's working on and composing a letter to send to corporate about everything those women do. A little bit better. That's good news. But that's what's going on with Vivian. She can't say it because she's concerned that somebody in the drum circle will see her say something on her channel. But none of those people know my channel exists, so F them. The PPE, is that what it's called? Proper PPE? I should know that term because I have to send my guys in hazardous conditions sometimes if they all have the proper gear to do it. Yeah, PPE, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, personal protective equipment. That's what it is. Thanks, Larry. Thanks for helping out the old guy. God, I, I hate my memory now. Man, it's bad. I could have come up with it if I could have remembered what the acronym said, but I kept going PE. Now that's physical education. What the hell is it? I couldn't come up with it. My train of thought completely derailed. All right, I gotta slip over a lane and grab this exit. So yeah, excuse me, she's got a couple of possibilities. The gal that is her buddy is now working at a place. Whoa, really, lady? That's called following you. Um, her buddy is working at a nursing home down here in Sumner, which is where we are now, compared to where she is working, which is up by where we get on I-5 when we're heading northbound. Uh, would probably cut an hour and a quarter off of her commute every day. Um, and it sounds like they may be replacing their culinary director, so she may end up down here in Sumner, which would be cool for the two of them to be back working together again. But this isn't as big as that facility, so they don't have the same number of beds. Yeah, well, yeah. If you've got to work with hazardous stuff or in a hazardous situation, you've got to have the right equipment. It's not fair. Apparently, the guy had blown up a bathroom. The poor guy had actually been stuck in the bathroom. They figure he'd been stuck there all day Sunday and Sunday night, so somebody found him Monday morning. Uh, and she sent two housekeepers in there with no PPE to clean it all up. he had fallen and couldn't get to the pull cord to activate the alarm that he was in there. So they have people like that that need to be transitioned out, and they aren't being transitioned out. And that's just trying to keep people in the beds. That's the only excuse for it. There's no other reason. As a private facility, so they're being paid cash for these people to be there. At least give them the best service you can. Crying out loud. These people that are there deserve to, to grow old with dignity. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, anyway, so that's what's going on with that. Hey, how about that? Hey, Beverly, thanks for coming in. Pharmacy just texted me and told me my prescription's ready. So I should be able to pick them both up right now and not have to come back out this week, other than for propane if we need it. And those runs are generally too short to do a live one. Apparently they're replacing a telephone pole. That's a little weird. All right, we are back into Bobby Lake. Oh boy. Hey, you might be able to see the snow on the foothills now. It looks like the cloud cover may be high enough to see it. I refill them. I've got a 10 and a 7.5. Usually the swap outs are all fives. We have it's called a Mr. Heater is the brand, but it's a little three head space heater. Next Monday in Seattle? Are you just going to be here for one day? I don't know if I could pull off a Monday. What you coming to Seattle for? Anyway, to finish that statement, Glenn, it's Mr. Heater three head space heater that we use to heat the porch. Since the dogs want to be outside all the time. Oh, okay, yeah, you know what I'm talking about then. Oh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately, Mondays are Sibby's long day because she has to cook on that day. Otherwise, we'd come up and meet you somewhere and do dinner. Uh, I don't know if I could pull that off that with that short of notice. Um, but that would be fun if we could. Uh, yeah, I'll talk to Sibby about it, Beverly, and I'll see you somewhere on YouTube and we can chat about it. Um, yeah, the 5 gallon propane jugs just don't last long enough with that 3 head heater. So I took the one 5 gallon that we had and yeah, Simon's life tonight. Um, yeah, with that 3 head heater, the 5 gallon tanks just don't last long enough. So I've got a 5 gallon for the propane barbecue, and then I use a 7.5 and a 10 for the big heater. I'm debating putting a propane fire tube heater across the front of the porch, which would be really cool, but it's an expensive toy to put in. But it would really be cool. Yeah, the problem with that is hauling it out to get it filled, and then hauling it back into to get it back up onto the porch. Um, the hell is this guy doing? He's just gonna drive in the middle lane, I guess. Um, yeah, I'm trying to remember the people that manufacture that. I think it's Ray Tube. It's like a 4 inch tube, 20 feet, with 10 or 20 feet long, depending on how long you want it, and they get bigger uh, or get longer if you want them. But basically, it's got a gas burner on one end and a vent pipe on the other end, and it heats the whole the whole area. I'm glad you made it too. All right, guys, just a second. I've got to stop here at the pharmacy. I'm going to mute it for a second. All right, hang on, guys. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Yeah, they did. They just randomly replaced it. Well, Thursday I have a video appointment with my GP or PC, whatever they're called nowadays. And I'll ask her about it. Okay, off to Safeway. All right, away we go. Over the river and through the woods. Yeah, it looks like the cloud cover's high enough so you guys will get a glimpse here of the foothills. How they're supposed to look all winter long, but they haven't been looking that way until now. Hi, Lee. Thanks for dropping back in, buddy. There you go. That's what the foothills are supposed to look like with snow on them. Hey, Ace. Thanks for dropping in. Unfortunately, you dropped in a little late, but that's okay. At least you're here. We're almost to Safeway, and as most of you know that have been here before, that's where the signal runs out. So that's where we will end it. But thank you all for riding along with me. This was fun today. At least with you guys here, I had somebody else to talk to other than just to talk to myself, because that's what I do when I'm by myself. Yep. You guys have a great day too and a great week. And I'm sure I will see y'all somewhere out on YouTube. I don't know if Al's going live tonight. I know Simon is. Uh, so, Yes, I Can Barbecue will be live. I think that happens at 6 o'clock or 6:30 my time, which would be 8 or 8:30 Central. Al is scheduled. Okay, I haven't looked yet. That's cool. So we all got to send pictures to Al. All right, so I'll see some of y'all on Al Lunacy Queuing. That usually starts at 5. I think it's 5 o'clock my time, so it would be 7 o'clock Central and 8 o'clock Eastern. Cool. Yeah, that'll be a good show. Al's is fun. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great week. I'll see you out somewhere else on the YouTube streets, I'm sure. Bye for now.